Willkommen zurück bei The Zodiac Trial. Im letzten Part haben wir herausgefunden, dass Sheep der Mörder war. Sie hat Pig, Horse, Dragon und Dog umgebracht und wir konnten sie überführen. Aber nun, was machen wir mit ihr? Und es sieht aus, als ob wir jetzt ihre Backstory kriegen. Ja, ich freue mich drauf. Okay.
I didn't used to stay to myself. You wouldn't think it, but I actually was a rebel when I was younger. A real troublemaker. Had a number of friends. I thought it was cool how I had a really bad reputation in my neighborhood. Mostly I just wanted to emulate my two older sisters.
What? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
I kind of hated them because they were often mean to me, and they used to blame me for everything. But they were cool, so I wanted to be like them. Then one day, my parents left me in charge. Let me look over my younger brother. I was such a good kid. That's why I disliked him. In fact, I hated him, but I never wanted. I thought he was smart enough that he didn't need me looking over him. I even let him take a bath by himself. Then my older sisters called. I don't know why, just to tease me, I guess. They were really annoying, and we got into a heated argument. I completely wasn't paying attention. And then I heard a thud. I don't know what went through Smith's smart brain that made him think that running right after getting out of the bathtub was a good idea. I don't know what made him run. I guess I never know. But I can guess. It was probably because he was still a little kid. Because I was supposed to look after him. And I didn't. It's his fault that he ran. It's my fault that I didn't watch. It's my parents' fault for trusting me. And it's no one's fault that the slip ended up being at just the right angle to have him fall down the stairs. To have him twist his neck like that. The funeral was soon after. Sheep. You know the first thing I tried to do? Blame it on my older sisters. Well, that was only natural after all. The first thing they did was try to blame it on me. But my mom wasn't hearing any of it. She wasn't hearing anything. She must onset by two fronts. On the one hand, the grief of losing her only son was wrecking her mind. On the other, she had to deal with a thunderstorm of rumors. Those rumors of the accident. Of how this troubled, disturbed kid was the only one around when the brother she hated slipped to his death. The atmosphere in the neighborhood around me took a serious turn. At best, I had let my brother die. At worst, I had made him die. It was horrible. I was in middle school at the time. From there, I turned my behavior around. I became an honor student, the cleanest of the clean, determined to live a virtuous life. Determined to not give any credence to the rumors which haunted and corrupted my parents. Didn't help much. When the news made its way to my school, life became hellish. Kids like to believe the more fun version of stories. It was more fun if I killed him. And the worst bullies are the ones who think their victims deserve it. Come college time, I couldn't move far enough. My whole life, I've been sure to never give people a reason to blame me. My father moved on, but my mother never truly recovered from her son's death. She still doesn't know what to think of it. If I ever give her a reason to believe, I might have. She's sooner died than believed that. That's my sin, isn't it, Brian?
Brian?
After Mr. Bone was killed in an awful, terrible murder, I was one of the first suspects. Of course I was. After all, I was his secretary. I was there at the time of the murder. I was the one who found the collapsed security guard. The one who called the cops. I was the one with the biggest holes in my alibi. The one with all the keys. The one who knew him best. Eventually, my innocence was proven. But before that, I was deathly afraid I might be labeled a murderer in all of this. If even that rumor got back. So when the cops asked me about Mr. Morris, told me that they were looking to make a case against him, I threw him as far into the bus as I could. Anything he might have known about he knew about. Any grudge he might have had against Mr. Bowen, he had it. Any character flaws he might have possessed, he had that and more. I believe that it was largely my depiction of him which made the cops so sure that they had the right man. And that's why you put me through all of this, isn't it, Brian? Unexpectedly, a voice came across the speakers.
So you admit that you slandered my father, defied his name, handed the police in the news.
I didn't lie about a single thing in my testimony about those events, and your father wasn't a perfect angle. I only exaggerated, never created. And Brian, though you hate to admit it, it's clear that your father was in fact the person who killed Mr. Bowen. The evidence is overwhelming. But yes, I admit it. I'm responsible for getting him executed, and for that I'm sorry. I'll never forget October 11th. The day this all started, when you think about it.
Oh, wartet kurz. Ich hab's groß gemacht. October 11th.
Baby, hi! Wie geht's?
Emma ist gerade auf meinen Schoß gesprungen. So. October 11th. Das macht doch kein... Warte, ich schreib's mal auf, einfach zur Sicherheit. Das wäre also der... Das wäre so... 11, 10. Oder halt 10.1111. Oh, die 6 macht dann keinen Sinn. Naja, egal. Ich hab schon mal October 11. Vielleicht bringt das ja was. Vielleicht ist das die Nummer für den PC, die wir brauchen.
We all waited a while for the Jade Emperor's response. None came. Instead, after a time, she made a request. Mouse, can't you kill me? What? I want you to kill me. Right here, right now.
Why?
I know what's bound to happen. It'll be an execution. And the way Brian described it, it sounds awfully slow and painful. I'm a coward, Mouse. I don't want that. But we don't know that for sure. Maybe there's a way for you to survive. There isn't. I feel like I've been controlled by that past all my life. Now I feel nothing. Just end it.
That's not... Even if you messed up, you don't deserve to die.
Don't deserve to die? I'm pretty sure civil murder of 4 is worth the death penalty in most states.
If this were taken to court, I doubt it. The circumstances are bizarre, but there are plenty of mitigating factors. At the very least, I'd imagine you get a life prison before a death penalty.
I know I'm being selfish, Mouse, but please, just let me go peacefully. One gunshot to the head is all it takes.
I looked to the others, hoping for input.
I think that we could all use a little forgiveness, right? If she wants to be shot, let her be shot.
True. However, this raises an interesting moral quandary. Even if she will die anyways, the shooter would be to kill her yourself. That can be psychologically damaging.
Morally, I'd say it's on par with assisted euthanasia. Honestly, I don't think it matters so much one way or the other, though that may be a cold reading of the situation.
Oh Gott. Ja, ich gönn's ihr. Maus, are you sure?
I am. Thank you, Mouse. You always were nice to me, I'm glad. I'm sorry, everyone. Maybe this will make things right.
More death never makes things right.
I see. Then go ahead and shoot.
For the first time, I realized just how heavy the pistol in my hand was. It was a slow, nervous process. Readying the gun, aiming it right at her brain, I pointed it. And then, goodbye, sheep. Afterwards, the group left the room. No one to look at it. Everyone gathered in the cafeteria. Rooster finally found the group. Apparently, he had been oblivious searching for trinkets this whole time and found a few. But it didn't really matter anymore. We all used the trinkets and moved as a group. At one point, Tiger left the group. She didn't explain herself, but no one felt like following her. We knew why she took her leave. She must have wanted her final moments to herself. We had to respect that.
Eventually, all the survivors crossed this line together, and the Jade Emperor announced the victory. He also announced the defeat of Sheep and Tiger. 2 colors activated throughout the building. It was a very silent experience. I don't know if a cumulative 100 words passed amongst the groups since leaving Sheep's room. But at least we were alive, right? That had to count for something. In the end, myself, Ox, Bunny, Snake, Monkey, and Rooster escaped. Half survived, but half died, for very poor reasons. It all felt empty. I guess that was the Jade Emperor's goal. Well then, good work, Brian. You dick. You dick. 9 of spades. If nothing is found in the first 3 rounds but the sheep's pad, trinkets, and weapons, Horse will be assigned a role that forces him to act. Furthermore, if Sheep does not trust the group, she will go on her own and come up with a plan. Without telling anyone else, she will enact the plan, and that will lead to ruin. It's highly unlikely Sheep will be able to win as a traitor. However, she's prone to rash judgment and a risky play. Very unpredictable. From the start, this line of action may be too unreliable. Okay, wir haben noch ein bisschen Zeit, also was, wenn ich nicht erschieße?
I see. Then I do it. No one deserves that execution the Jade Emperor was talking about.
No one's shooting her. I don't care what the speaker says. That's murder.
I guess you really hated me in the end, Mouse. I guess it's fair. Then leave.
I didn't dare meet her eyes. I just exited the room. Willst du mich küssen, Matze? Emma, willst du mich küssen? And the group followed. Und sie geht auf den Tisch. No one entered that room for the rest of the race. Sheep stayed there, though, lying there empty. She waited for her inevitable end. Everyone gathered in the cafeteria. Ach, und dann geht's weiter. Ja, okay, es ändert nicht viel. Habe ich alle Karten von ihr? Oh, ich habe alle. Dann fehlen noch 1, 2 und 3. Ey. Ich habe noch Zeit. Ich kann gucken, was mit dem PC los ist, ne? Ich habe noch Zeit. Von daher, ich gehe mal in den PC rein. Das heißt, ich muss loaden. Ich muss hier hingehen. Und bis dahin gehen. So. Dann ist egal. Ich kann bis dahin erstmal gehen. Ich loade mal. Und guck, was passiert. Hallo, ich will. Achso. Bunny und Dog meinetwegen. Na, Emma, was ist los? Ach ja. Oh ne, dann bin ich falsch. Dann will ich zurück. Ich will zurück. Ich will zurück. Ich will mit Ox mitgehen. Wie gehe ich mit Ox mit? Nein. I did an oopsie. I did a very big oopsie. Achso, who talk to him? Das Reden ist mir egal. Ich will nur wissen, wie ich mitgehen soll. Da. I protect you. So, lass mich da mal mit Ox mitgehen, bitte. Die Katze schnurrt die ganze Zeit für süß.
Miau.
Braves Baby. Ah, da, genau. Accept Ox Offering. Jetzt muss ich gucken. Focus on the laptop. Ja.
You're a prosecutor, right? Prosecutor.
Was was not?
Surely you can handle it yourself. I'm working on something else right now.
Suit yourself.
With that, he turned back to the book he was holding in his hands. And it turned back to this monitor. Now, what could your password be? I noticed there was a button to give a reminder that a lot of computers had. Maybe it could help. I clicked on it and a rather odd message displayed. The day that began. It was way too ominous to be regular password hints. As I suspected, this was something Brian had set up. So what was it? Presumably he was referring to this race. So then, what was today's date? Well, the day I was skipped and it was the 24th of November. Assuming I hadn't been asleep for over a day, which would be crazy. Today should be the 25th of... so the password should be 1125, right? Except it looked like I couldn't put a slash. So just 1125. But then a thought crossed my mind. Perhaps it referred to another important date. October 10th? 10th, 11?
Wieso Oktober 10? Ah, okay. Dann mach ich immer mal 10. 10, 11?
I input the date that Amadeus Bone was murdered. After second thought, that's when all of this really started. Right, Brian?
As if to answer my question. The computer unlocked! Yes! Wir haben ihn wieder freigeschaltet. Ja!
Yes! Now I could use this to contact the authorities.
No, it looked like it was disconnected from the internet. Figures.
So then, what's the deal with this computer? Why leave it here for us? I found my answer in the folder labeled Reasons for Jury Duty. I opened it and saw 12 PDFs with various names.
Unsere!
Jamie Wilbert, Manuel Perez, Davis Caven. Were these for everybody here? But wait, then why didn't I see my own name anywhere? I found my answer in the name Richard Brill, a judge who passed away just over a week ago. I had just read about his passing the other day, and I bet he was the judge who ruled the case against Brian's dad.
Oh, wahrscheinlich war er die Person, die ebenfalls geführt werden sollte, aber dann gestorben ist. Das heißt, er brauchte jemand anderen, der den Platz übernimmt. Das bin ich.
That would make the most sense, which means, was it possible that I was the last minute replacement? That I wasn't supposed to be here? If that was the case, I don't know if I'd be less or even more angry. So, what was with the rest of these files? Out of curiosity, I picked one at random. Davis Caven.
With the PDF.
I saw a mix of pictures, screenshots, documents, and random text. It took a bit of realize what this all amounted to. It appeared to be a loose collection of evidence highlighting corruption in the prosecutor's office at large, with many incidents connecting to a specific person. Specifically, Ox. I could tell based on the picture.
So then, did this mean Ox was some sort of crooked prosecutor?
Nothing in this document would be conclusive evidence, but laid out like this, it certainly made a compelling case. Don't be stupid. Conspiracy theories sound convincing when all the evidence is gathered up in one place. I was looking at the work of a literal madman. He couldn't be trusted. None of this could be trusted. I turned off the computer in disgust. Nothing good would come of reading Brian's reasons for kidnapping everybody. Even if they had done things in the past that I'm proud of, that didn't make any of this right. It'd be a waste of time if I played to Brian's beat. Hey Mouse, are you done over there? We should probably get back to the cafeteria soon. Admittedly, Ox's voice startled me a little bit. I was really zoning out. Yeah, I'm good. Did you find anything?
No, I don't think I did. A hint at most.
Ox, even though I was mostly dismissing Brian's conspiracy basis, I couldn't completely dismiss what I'd seen. I had trusted Ox somewhat since we woke up together. To think that he had actually been involved in something a lot more shady, the thought that in some way this whole thing might be justified, this wasn't a good train of thought to follow.
Moving on. You should input your actions for this room, then come join us.
Alright, I will.
With that, Ox walked out of the room.
Once it was gone, I pulled out my tablet and turned it on. There was no need to think much about it, my choice. I just pressed the run button.
Afterwards, I returned to the cafeteria. Pretty much everybody had... Okay, dann bin ich wieder hier. Gut. Ich speichere es kurz unter... frei. So, frei. Ich gehe kurz bei mir zurück. Jetzt müsste ich hier weitere Auswahl haben, nicht wahr? Ich gehe mit Ox und unlock the computer. Ah, okay. Ich habe jetzt andere Chancen wieder. Das heißt, wenn ich das wähle, plus das wähle und dann hier weitermache, dann sollten andere Sachen kommen. Ah, das ist interessant. Das ist cool. Das heißt, wir haben jetzt ein bisschen was ausgeräumt. Wir haben noch 3 weitere Sachen. Das haben wir noch. Und das. Wie bin ich mal daran gekommen? Wie gesagt, das ist vielleicht dann Brians Ding. Das ist Brians Route, denke ich mal. Das ist meine Route. Und das müsste ja eine Roosters Route sein, weil die fehlt noch. Und Rooster kommt nach Monkey. Ja, Rat, Maus, Ox, Tiger, Bunny, Dragon, Snake. Ja, Snake. Snake, Horse, Sheep. Ja, Snake, Horse, Sheep, Monkey, Rooster, Dog und Pig. Ja, das passt. Dann haben wir alle. Oh, wir kommen langsam voran, Leute. Ich freue mich. Dann danke ich wie immer fürs Zugucken. Im nächsten Part machen wir was ganz Neues. Denn wir haben neue Optionen. Das heißt, wir werden einfach die noch machen und dann alles damit verbinden einmal und gucken, was passiert. Dann bis nächstes Mal. Tschüss.